Today's episode of the Sports Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code GOLFSGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm, stack crushing college football and the NFL with Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. What's up, DJs? It's your boy, Boston Capper, with the God of Golf himself, Steve Shermer. Steve, what's up, buddy? It's Tuesday night. We watched one of the worst football games ever televised on TV last night. We had a golf tournament where somebody who apparently dominates the Korn Ferry Tour with a stupid floppy hat wins. So, yeah, here we are. Super fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice little hodgepodge show. By the way, what show are we?
Yeah, we're the Golf Gambling Podcast.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Our program's been a little spotty lately. You're dealing with storms. I'm dealing with storms at work for right now. But hey, we're back, and I'm glad you're shaking off the rust and can properly identify our show after the second.
That's right.
Crack at it. Yeah. I understand. Like, you are one of the OG characters on the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Yeah.
So, that's, if you just revert back to your natural state, that I get it. But yeah, so we'll save the Jets-Bills talk in a little bit.
For football side.
Yeah, for the football side. We'll focus with golf first. First part of the show, we'll talk about the Shriners. I'll give you guys a little bit of a Cliff Notes preview of the golf course, everything with that. Then we'll get into picks. Second half of the show, we're going to bring in our super producer, Cam Kerr, who is going to have to probably defend why the next Lamar Jackson got benched today. That probably shouldn't happen if, he's.
Wait, I thought that was just a rumor. I thought Tomlin said he has the possibility of playing. They really benching him for fucking turd bag Russell Wilson?
I think it's happening. Although maybe he can clarify. I saw a couple of headlines. Seems like that's happening, but maybe he can clarify that.
This is why the Steelers go 8-8 every year.
Yes. That's not true. That's not true. They made the playoffs last year. So, did you
9-8? What were they, 9-8 last year? 8-9 and still made the playoffs? Who cares? They get bounced every year in the first round. Who gives a fuck? Makes no difference.
All right. Did you watch any of the Black Desert? Did you watch any of the Black Desert Classic or Black Desert Classic Championship, whatever it's called?
I did. I was cussing you on Thursday and Friday about Fishburne, I believe.
Yes, about Patrick Fishburne.
Yeah, he stinks.
Yeah, little did I know that we didn't do a show, but I had him on my betting card. And little I know he was the most tipped golfer of the week.
No, I had no idea either. No clue. I was doing hurricane preparation. I was like, "You still betting that Fishburne guy?" You were like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, fuck it. Let's throw him in my 3-ball."
Yeah, I think everybody had him, and that of course failed. But yeah, Matt McCarty wins. Who our producer had no idea who Matt McCarty was. Look, I mean, I think this is probably an argument that we should go back to how it was, where a lot of these Korn Ferry guys should be playing in the fall.
Yeah.
And we talked about this on Discord a little bit. I prefer the wraparound season when it was like that, because it was an opportunity. It was like a better form of preseason golf, where we got to see these Korn Ferry guys coming up. We can kind of decipher, okay, who's pretty good, who isn't. You have guys off to a head start in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Sometimes you would get a couple better names coming into these fields, trying to get points early. And just these fall series now, like, I don't really care about Taylor Montgomery trying to keep his card at 125, and they don't do a good enough job with it anyways.
So I'll give him credit, man. At least they're doing the cut line thing now on fucking Fridays.
That is true. That is a lot better, and they're actually interviewing a lot of the guys who made the cut. They actually are using analytics, aka someone's looking at Data Golf, telling them what they say the cut line is going to be, instead of just saying, "Oh, Ricky Fowler's in the clubhouse at -2. Yeah, he's going to make the weekend," when everybody's shooting 3 under on the day and he actually lost strokes. So, but yeah, listen, that was pretty cool that Matt McCarty ends up winning, got the Battlefield promotion. Fellow lefty. Always loves having that. That'll be another guy to bet in the low lefty at the Masters. Come up a little bit because he gets into that field.
He gets into that for this?
He does. He does get in the field. Do you think he should get in the field for winning this event?
I guess. Who gives a shit? They let fucking all the old fucks go play. So why not at least let this guy go play? He won technically a tournament, I guess.
That is true. What do you think about the course that they played?
It was pretty. It was funny watching some of the guys getting the lava rocks around the green. Mm-hmm. Made me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. It was pretty. Like, I don't know. And what's funny is my wife is watching some weird fucking Mormon show. The housewives, the TikTok moms, or some fucking weird Mormon shit out in Utah. And it's a big it's like a big trend or whatever. And she and her girlfriend were watching it when we were all hanging out for the Hurricane. And then I transitioned to that golf course on fucking Thursday. I was like, oh, it's all Utah this week for me.
Yeah, I'm glad a Bravo show gave you the reminder to watch actual golf.
No, it was that show. I literally walked into the kitchen because I couldn't stand more than like 20 minutes of it. I went and basically put on my phone in the kitchen until the show was over. Me and Pete went outside. It was bad. It was one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
Okay, let me ask
a lot of bad TV.
Let me ask a question. Whenever you saw somebody hit into the lava field or they brought up the lava, did your natural dad instinct play the Floor's Lava song in your head?
yeah, man. That game's been around for a very long time. Yeah, like my kids played it before it was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely had Danny Go waltzing around in my head. For all you dads out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, the Floor's Lava game there.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, like I did like that interesting angle of a double bogey was out there, just waiting for people. It played pretty firm. I like that. The greens were ridiculously tough.
Yeah,
on Friday, like guys were missing like 5-footers all over the place. So, and like if it probably didn't have the mountains, it didn't have the lava, it would just be kind of an ordinary golf course. But there was some interesting elevation changes. I mean, we'll see if it sticks around. I think the whole point of this tournament was to showcase Tony Finau. Otherwise, why are we having it at this resort in literally the corner of Utah that's actually closer to Vegas than is Salt Lake City?
Yeah, it's like super close to fucking Vegas.
Yeah, it's like 100 miles from Vegas, and it's like
you can see it. Like when I pulled it up on the map to check something out, I was like, Vegas is so close.
Yeah, it's not anywhere close to like Salt Lake City or Provo or anything like that. But pretty course. Honors Tom Weiskopf is the last golf course, and then we move on to another kind of desert bland golf course. So why don't we take our first break, and then we'll start talking about that.
Yeah, so I guess talk to you guys about Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all the sports, NFL, college football, MLB, and so on. Their lobby is jam-packed with profit boosts, and you can use these specials and boosts on all flexed entries. So go sign up with promo code GOLFSGPN and claim your first special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code GOLFSGPN.
Okay. All right. Like I mentioned, we're going to do a Cliff Notes version of the Shriners preview. If you want to go check out the full preview, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Go find my article. It is about 2,200 words of describing this fairly average golf course, but it's had some good finishes, some good fields in its past. I'll just kick it back to Boston Capper right now. We've seen this tournament over and over. What do you remember about TPC Summerlin?
No, it sucks.
It sucks. Why it sucks?
It's just another birdie fest. Other than the time it was cold. I mean, whatever, man. It's fine. It's just another non-district. I'd rather him play. I know you hate this course, but I think the course in Vegas that you should play is the one with the FBI playing in the pond. That's the one I want to see, guys.
The live course.
Yes, exactly. I want to see that course.
That's the worst course that they play.
Hey, listen, it's got the plane in it. That's all I need.
I will say I'm excited that they're going back to Shadow Creek for the Bryson Brooks and Scotty Rory match.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Yeah, that was an interesting course.
Did we both cash Kokrak that week?
No, you did. This was when I think I forget who I had, but going into Sunday, Jason Day was playing pretty well, and I'm like. You know what? I think Jason Day is going to go out and win on Sunday. And then he played 2 holes and withdrew.
I forgot about that.
Unbelievable.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And I said I would never bet Jason Day again. Actually, I don't know if I've actually bet Jason Day outright in anything since then.
Man, I feel you bet Jason Day in the past fucking 3 months.
Maybe. You're right. You're right. I probably did.
Nah, but whatever. So, I mean, not penal off the tee, fucking wide open, wedge fest, whatever, normal shit.
Okay.
Hot putter approach.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in most years, you're right. The last couple of years, it's been mostly a putting contest. There really is not a penalty for missing the fairway here. The only place that's really tough, though, seems like it's around the green, where I remember watching PGA Tour live, I think last year, and they're talking about the green side surrounds and the Bermuda they have, because it's Bermuda grass, but it's bent grass greens. But the Bermuda they have around the greens is really grainy, and there's some tight lies around it too. So if you're somebody who is pretty good chipping off of tight Bermuda, and can navigate around that, that can be a little bit of an advantage. But because the greens are so big, the green regulation rate's like 75%. It just doesn't come into play a whole lot. In tournament, though, that can be how you separate yourself a little better. But that usually is when it's in dome conditions. You get these birdie fests. And you just mentioned that in 2017, the technically 2018 version of the Shriners, because it was the wraparound season back then, that had a winning score of -9. And you correctly recall that it was cold, it was windy, it was not the traditional kind of fall Vegas weather that we kind of seen with Shriners. And looking at the forecast this week, it's kind of what we're going to pull up. So I'm actually going to pull up the weather forecast right now.
All right.
And
Let's take a look.
We'll look at that. Let's bump it up here. And there it is. All right. So immediately what you notice is anyone going off Thursday a.m., it's basically your typical dome conditions. It's going to be mid-70s till about 11 a.m., 10-mile-per-hour winds, sunny, no problem. Anybody who's going off Thursday a.m., they're probably going to have a good start. But it seems like around mid-afternoon, some cold fronts coming through, because the next day, temperatures go down about 20 degrees to 64 degrees, and the wind just starts pumping pretty much the entire rest of the way. The cold front is starting to approach because this is the winds from the south. And then once cold front moves through, you have all these northerly winds. So anyone going off the afternoon Thursday is going to have basically 20 to 30 miles per hour the entire first 2 rounds, which is not conducive.
No, it's definitely not.
On the flip side, though, you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to, just stack AM, PM. Well, these guys are going to have to go off in 20 to 30 mile per hour winds too. And most of these guys are complete jabronis. Yeah. So chances are that strategy is going to blow up in your face too. But after that, though, I mean, the winds kind of calm down a little bit on Saturday. Still, you have a little bit of gusts, still colder temperatures. Sunday, though, winds die down. It's a little cooler, but it's still sunny, so it's going to be comfortable. So it's kind of hard to handicap. You have a lot of wind from about Thursday afternoon through about like Saturday morning, colder temperatures. Starts off at a birdie fest, going to end in a birdie fest. And coincidentally enough, that's kind of how the 2017 Shriners played out. I'll pull up that leaderboard for you. So here it is. Hold on. Let's go back to 2017 here. I know. It's freaking Data Golf. It will not stay on the page I want it to.
Here no way. Data Golf's malfunctioning? So strange.
So, yeah. So the first 3 rounds, played about, even par in the first round. Then the next 2 rounds is similar to what we're kind of going to get. Played about 1.25 shots over par round 2 and round 3.
Yeah.
It was really cold, blustery conditions. And looking at this leaderboard, one of the things I noticed is there's a lot of team no putt guys who are doing pretty well through 3 rounds in 2017. A lot of length too. And that's one of the things, like if you look at the predictive skill set chart at TPC Summerlin, distance is not correlated. You get short players, long players, accuracy, not correlated either. And putting, though, is kind of like a predictive measurement because usually it's kind of a putting contest. These greens are pretty flat. You got a lot of birdie opportunities. But you see, all right, so J-Day Spawn, not a lot of length, but he's definitely not a good putter, especially back in 2017. Tony Finau was not putting very well around this time of year, but he had a lot of length. Chesson Hadley was one of those team no putt guys with some length. Tom Hoagie can't putt. You had, you had Brandon Harkins, who was a bomber. Trey Mullinax was a bomber. Gary Woodland, team no putt guy. Charlie Hoffman, Kevin Tway, Luke List.
Kevin Tway.
Yeah, so like the first 3 rounds, it seemed like in colder temperatures, which makes sense. The ball doesn't go as far, even though you are at altitude, even though it's so kind of a shorter course. Seemed like the guys who were a little longer tend to do a little better. But then you go to the final round, though. Scoring conditions improve. You can see, Alex Chayka has a 63. Taylor Gooch down here has like a 64. Some of these team no putt guys kind of faded on Sunday because they suddenly couldn't make putts. You had to start doing that. Patrick Cantlay ends up winning. Now you say, okay, well, Patrick Cantlay ends up winning. Well, this is kind of before he was Patrick Cantlay. He was pretty good, but he was only 67th in the world, 31st in data golf. So it wasn't like this, he had some good results. We all knew he was good, but he wasn't like that true, killer player. Well, not killer player, but he wasn't this elite player that he was now, but he's a very complete player. It was this whole package for when it got colder, where maybe length kind of helped you, but he also had a good putter for when the birdies had to start falling, when scoring conditions improved on Sunday. So, and we're kind of seeing that this year, where you got the difficult weather conditions on Friday, a little bit on Saturday, winds kind of dead on Sunday. So it's kind of what I gravitate a little bit this week. Maybe if you got a little bit of pop off the tee, kind of helps. Going off in the morning on Thursday, I think is going to help a little bit, although that strategy could definitely backfire. I definitely want to see you be confident around the green, especially some evidence you're good on Bermuda, because one of the things that stood out in that 2018 tournament was, if you're looking at the correlation of total strokes gained versus category, the only thing that actually had a higher correlation towards how you did in the tournament was around the green. Everything else was either about PGA Tour average or a little lower. So, and normally at this tournament, this category right here around the green is a little more correlated to how you do. Basically, the guys who do a little better on the green tend to do better overall in the tournament, but that was the only one that actually stood out. And then with the proximity buckets, usually this 150 to 175 range, it's below average shots, but it seemed like a lot of these shots from under 100 yards started bleeding out. So some shots from 100, 125 moved down a bucket. Some shots here moved down a bucket. We're still at altitude though, so still is kind of shorter approach shots, but just keep that in mind as well. It's not just usually when you look at those tournaments, usually between 100 and 150. Then you bump it out a little bit to 175 with the colder temperatures because the ball's not going to fly as far. Let's see, the green regulation rate back in 2018 was about 66%, usually about mid 70s. Makes sense. A little farther approach shots, colder temperatures, ball's not going as far. Drive accuracy rate, because it was windy, was only about 50%, but there's no penalty for missing a fairway. So overall, though, I don't think it's going to change a ton, what the types of guys you would look for. Just kind of make these little small adjustments to your model, what you're looking for this week, based on some things we talked about in the last 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, I mean, Andy asked me Andy asked me if you talked to me about the weather yet, and I said no, not yet. And he said you mentioned that you thought it was going to play this difficult. He doesn't think it's going to play that difficult, but I didn't think he was going to play this difficult. What I was referring to was more the skill sets that emerge from it. Yeah. I think that brings a couple different guys into play. That one guy immediately jumped to mind that I didn't consider prior. If we're talking about wind and pop off the tee, Kurt Kitayama, what's he been doing lately?
Okay, so let's just jump right into it then. So
yeah, sorry.
All right, no, that's
it piqued my interest, and I want to go look.
No, it's fine. So Kurt Kitayama started off pretty well, I think.
Jesus, he lost almost 8 strokes fucking putting last week.
So that's the thing. is first of all, when is he teeing off?
I don't know.
Actually,
pull it up.
I can pull up the tee sheet. Actually,
right.
So Kurt Kitayama is teeing off at. Oh, come on! Oh, this is great podcasting.
Yeah, man, check it out. I'll pull it up. I got you.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, we can just talk about his putting.
Yeah, it's awful.
Eventually, you're going to need to putt at this tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not.
And it's terrible, and I think that's probably why he hasn't done all that good at this tournament to begin with. So, all right, so Kurt Kitayama is teeing off at 12:40 p.m. So in the afternoon.
Yeah, so not great.
So this maybe is a guy that you probably can wait on betting. Like
Wait,
I
is
would
it
probably
3 hours behind or is it 2? So they're 3 hours behind in Vegas right now?
It's 3 hours behind. So technically so he's teeing up at 12 o'clock p.m. there, which would be like 3 o'clock here. So
yeah, I'm showing 3:40 as the tee time.
Yeah, 3:40. So like 12:40 his time.
Yeah. And
so
is this the week we fucking lose an hour too? Or is that next week?
That already happened?
No, it didn't.
Daylight savings?
No, we'll fall back.
Falls back this week.
I think it's this week. I think.
We gain an hour because
fall back. Spring forward, fall back.
Yeah, spring forward means you turn the clock forward.
Yeah, so
you lose an
fall
hour.
back. We're not
fall back.
gaining.
If it's 7 o'clock, you go 6 o'clock.
Yes,
this is the better one for your sleep. Okay.
No, I'm telling you, I can pull it up. I know we're losing an hour, so go ahead, keep going.
Okay. Well, anyways, so he hasn't been good all that good at this tournament. Traditionally, distance has not really been a big factor here. He's a bad putter. And I think on Sunday, he's going to need to make some putts. So okay. I'm probably out on Kitty.
Yeah, no, I think so. I'm out. And it's November 3rd is when we're moving the clocks back.
Okay. All right. Maybe we'll put up a poll. Do you lose an hour during fallback?
You lose an hour. What are you talking about? It gets dark earlier. You don't gain an hour. You lose an hour. It goes from 6 to 5.
I'm talking about the actual when they change the clocks.
It goes from 2 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah, so it goes.
You lose an hour.
No, you went to 2 a.m. and then you go back to 1 a.m. and you relive that hour again.
It's losing an hour.
As opposed,
my kid wakes up. My kid wakes up at 6.
Okay, all right. So 1:59.
7.
Okay, so 1:59 a.m. Right? Okay. Yeah. The next minute it goes to 3 a.m. You've lost that hour.
No, we're not. It doesn't do that. We're not going to 3 a.m.
We're falling back. I know you're getting it wrong. It's spring.
No, I'm losing an hour of sleep because my child will now get up at 6 a.m. versus 7 a.m.
I think we're arguing different things.
Probably.
All right. Let's get back to this odds board here.
All
right. So the first guy I probably thought of for this week, for a guy who has a little bit of pop, who can putt, who actually was the 54-hole leader at that 2018 tournament, was Beau Hossler. Dumpy Beau Hossler.
Yeah, I'm not betting him.
Who's been good. And I end up betting him anyways without the tee times. Now, unfortunately, he's a PM tee time. But you know what? Listen, sometimes these tee split things don't really work out.
Yeah, that's true.
He's playing great. Second at Sanderson. He probably should have won that T11 last week at the Black Desert. He's starting to hit the ball a little better. Really good around the green. Good on Bermuda around the green as well. Good bentgrass putter. He's always putt well here. Makes a lot of birdies when I think on Sunday that's going to matter.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, he's on the wrong side of the draw, but like that type of profile, I kind of like this week. So I bet him at 35. I think he's around. I think you can still find like close to that number now.
Yeah, I think he's still 30s floating out there.
Okay.
So yeah. So I bet Jaeger.
Okay.
And I just thought the number was going to. He's playing really consistent. Hey, he's on the bad draw too. He's at like fucking 3 o'clock.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him too, but I ended up breaking a tie with another guy who I liked in the range who's going off the AM. I'm going back to Seamus Power.
Yeah, he's not going off in the AM, is he?
He is. He's in the AM.
11? Oh, I'm looking at Eastern time.
Yes, you are.
Sweet.
So
let me switch that so I stop getting confused.
Okay.
Sweet, because I bet Seamus too last night.
Okay. All right. Really good around the green. The iron play has been great. Good putter. I think Port Royal is one of the comp courses per Data Golf, and he's won there.
Yeah.
He won Barbasol. That was a birdie fest. Played okay last week.
He's been playing really good. He's got like 3 top 15s in a row.
Yeah, he's kind of like hovering a little bit around the top of the leaderboard. So, there's not a ton of quality in this field.
No.
You got Tom Kim as the 2-time defending champion. You have the model darling of the Open, Davis Thompson, who survived our Survivor game. He's in this
Yeah.
field. So, but other than that, though, it's basically Black Desert again. So,
Yeah, it really is.
yeah. So Hostler and Sheamus are the two guys under 40 to win that bet. I got them both at 35.
Yeah, so I did Jaeger and Sheamus, and then we were talking about last night. We were talking. He was trying to convince me of I'm not betting Hoagie. I'm just not doing it.
Is he?
Oh, yeah, he's on him.
Okay,
he's on Hoagie.
I get it. I mean, that's the type of player you'd want to usually target here.
Yeah, I know.
He's been putting better, good birdie rates, good iron player.
He's in Vegas. I'm not betting Tom Hoagie in Vegas.
That is true. When's the last time he played too?
I don't think it's actually that.
I think it's been a hot minute.
Has it been that long? I feel like I wasted.
No, he played the pro court. He was 7th there. Okay, yeah. He played about a month ago. Okay,
yeah, that's fine. I don't care. He's in Vegas. That's an automatic scratch off for fucking DGen.
Okay. So, Ben Griffin though.
Yeah, he was talking to me about Ben Griffin. I don't know if I can get, and he really likes Cole. But now if we're talking about pop off the tee, and I don't know.
I mean,
screaming.
The thing is with the pop off the tee, it was only good for 3 rounds, and then the final round, once it turned to a birdie fest, it wasn't there.
Yeah, but you got to get to Sunday.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You got to get there. I mean, I did bet Ben Griffin. Yes, he doesn't have the pop off the tee, but iron play has been good. Good chipping on Bermuda, good around the green, good putter, good birdie rates, and he has a good ceiling. So
yeah,
this seems like a spot where like a Ben Griffin would like get his first win.
Yeah, no, I can see that. He's sucks with his wedges in his last 24. 119th in the fucking field.
Okay,
that's not great.
I mean, it's a small sample size.
I know. I like my small.
What specific proximity are you using? Which is wedges. That's very
100 to 125.
Okay, that's one range.
I know.
Okay. What about
so fine? If you want to go to the next one too. So he's 22nd from 150 to. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, from 150 to 175. He's 22nd. So that's probably a nice little blend there.
Okay. All right. Cole, I can get around on. I mean, iron play's been good putter. He's going to win at some point. That's fine. Bermuda, yeah. Harry Hall? No. I mean,
I don't know if Andy talked about him last night. We got on him somehow. Oh, I think I brought him because he was in the lava. And I just, Steve, you know how I am sometimes. I just can't bet somebody with a soul patch, man. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to put money on that man. And I know he beat Rico Hui, and his story was good, and I was rooting for him to fucking win so he could keep his card. I just cannot put money on that guy. I just can't. I look at him and I'm like, nope, can't do it.
Look, I mean, the PGA Tour brought him in to replace Bryson. He's just dumpy Bryson.
just because he was a scally.
Exactly. And that would be very fitting. Bryson's won here. Maybe a diet Bryson can win here. Ugh. But, he's got a little pop. Not a ton, but a little pop. Iron play has been kind of up and down, but really good putter, good birdie rates. So if this really, and he has in the AM. So let's say they catch a break. Let's say maybe he catches a break on Friday. Winds aren't as bad. This kind of turns into the prototypical Shriners. That can definitely work for him. How about JT Poston? I found a 50 on him.
Oh, that's a good number.
I thought that was a good number.
That's a really good number. Yeah. I don't hate that.
So he had
good comp course history.
Yeah, so he hasn't played in a month.
No,
but I bet Hadwin last year and he came in second. He should have won this tournament, but he hit the fucking water on a par 5.
Should have, would have, could have. Close only counts on horseshoes and hand grenades, Steve.
But he hadn't played in 2 months and he came in second. JT Poston also hadn't played in 2 months, came 4th. So I know that he can actually get off the couch and do well here.
Yeah. So, I don't hate it. The number's fine. I could fit them because I wanted your opinion on Matty Schmid, my new infatuation.
So I bet him last week.
I know.
And I'm not betting him this week, which means you should bet him this week.
All right. He went up. He blew up multiple fucking 3 balls for me, losing to some fucking on Friday.
So he's terrible around the green.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Like,
look, he loses a shit ton around the green. Yeah, like real
awful.
bad, like real bad.
Yeah, like great putter, good birdie rates. He's got pop. Iron play's been great.
So if he could just put it on the green,
Sure, yeah, then he's fine.
yeah.
So, but the
But
time
he's
he
so
misses
bad.
it, the time he misses the green, he might make double.
Yeah, and he gained almost 7 strokes putting last week. Last
Okay.
time he popped like that, he actually kept it close. He a little over 4 and then a little over 3, so it wasn't a huge drop off. But if he loses a stroke gain putting, but if you can, yeah, whatever. I don't need to talk through this.
Okay.
But all right, so you're not in on you don't
All
you're
right.
not in on Schmid.
Here's a name. How about Harris English?
I thought about him too.
You get a 50. You get a 50 on him.
Yeah, he kind of petered out over the weekend.
Yeah, on Sunday he did. But
Yeah.
he was what, 2 off the lead heading into Sunday? Yeah, it's one round. It happens.
Yeah. And he can win.
Yeah, he can win. He's a name. Maybe he's on a
good
little bit of a
s-
hot.
that's a-
He's a little
that's a
bit of a
good s-
hot streak.
Yeah, good stat line.
Yeah, I mean he is irons awful on Sunday, but overall, but before that he was okay.
Yeah.
You know, good around the green, good putter, good on the comp courses.
I could definitely see Goober winning this fucking thing.
Yeah, I can too. So I bet him at 50. So that's my card then.
All right, run it back.
So it's 6 guys. We can talk about some longer shots. I just didn't get
That's
there.
fine. Run your card back though.
Bo Hosser 35, Seamus Power 35, Ben Griffin 50, Harris English 50, GT Poston 50, Harry Hall 55.
All right. So I'm gonna follow you on Goober just because it's fun for me, and I actually think he can win.
Okay. I don't hate the Tom Hoagie pick. I don't hate Eric Cole pick.
I'm
good on
Cole. I would do before Hoagie.
Okay.
Did you bet Poston?
I did bet Poston.
I'll think about that one because that makes sense.
Yep.
You coming off the couch, fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What all these fucking Thorbjornsen already withdrew. I'm not betting your boy Fishburne.
It is kind of crazy that he's 70 to 1 if we were all betting him at 35 in the same field.
Yeah, I know.
Like that seems like the kick in the balls everybody if Fishburne.
Yeah, the flop leg.
Yes.
Yeah. Novak, I'm not going back to.
Novak stinks. I'm sorry.
I know.
He stinks.
I'm aware. What about Gazire? What's he doing? He's gonna fall.
He's been great.
Did he just fall off though? Give me a second.
I mean, he was good at Sanderson.
Yeah, and he won Procore.
He's got a 4th. I think he's got a top 10 finish in that 2018 Shriners.
He's not winning 2 times in 4 weeks. That's not.
How do we know?
Because I know. The shadow knows.
Because you know.
Lucas
Glover won 2 weeks in a row last year.
That's fucking fair.
Yeah, happens. Bums can win to get hot and win two in a row.
That's true. That's true.
All right. How about this? We're talking about corpses.
Yeah.
Ricky kind of showed something last week.
I refuse to bet on Ricky.
You refused to bet him. Or was it 2 weeks ago with Sanders? I forget. You finished like what, T16, I think, in a tournament?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I hate Ricky.
All right. What if this really is this like team no putt tournament?
Yeah.
And Emiliano Grillo.
Yeah, I can see that. He's sneaky longish.
No, he has no pop.
I'm trying to talk myself into it. You should.
Iron play's been pretty good. He's been putting up and down lately. But I could see him like if it's kind of like I think he's in the wrong wave.
Okay.
But let's say it's kind of tough scoring conditions. I can see him hanging around like on Saturday.
Yeah. Sig played pretty good last week, didn't he?
Grayson Sig?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's find out.
I know he's been playing awful because I've been looking at him trying to bet. I'm like, maybe I do it. And then I'm like, oh, thank God. All right. T11 last week, T4 Pro. Okay. Yeah. It was just like 7 cuts in a row. I probably just wrote off Grayson Sig at that point because he hit the ball great, but he wasn't putting good.
No, I don't mind him at all.
That could work
At 120.
Well,
25.
Okay, you go that. Justin Lauer, 90-1.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
The guy you've never seen golf.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Let's see.
What happened to Carson Young? He was in fucking. He was in it on Sunday and then fucking.
Should we bring in our producer early?
Yeah. He's going to give me 10 minutes on Carson Young that I don't give a fuck about.
No, I won't. I'll just tell you about what happened. So he started -4, and I started looking at flights. I was like, all right, I'm coming to party. And then he just kind of I guess he was like, whoa, I might have a shot, and started to choke. So he ended up finishing, I think, like -2, but
you disgusted me.
Still a nice T11. But mainly some desperately needed FedEx Cup points. So
yes, he is.
He would have got more if you didn't fucking push him by looking at flights.
Okay, well, I didn't actually look at flights. Like, if it was like a Saturday run, like he would have gone like -8 on Saturday and been like T3, then I probably would have. But I wasn't looking at flights. But
well, actually, mainly, a couple months ago, you actually kind of mushed Carson Young because you said he locked up his card. You definitely said that.
He said he had to lock up his card. I don't think he actually said. I think he knew what he needed to finish.
I'm pretty sure you said he locked up his card after a good finish.
No, I didn't say. I don't think I said he locked it up, but I was like, I think he has a good shot at keeping his, like a solid shot at keeping his card.
All right. Too much fucking Carson Young talk. All right, too much.
He also, just hang out. He's expecting a baby now, so baby.
No one cares.
Boost.
Okay, you can stay and hang out. We're just gonna.
He's a friend of the show. That's not true. That's not true.
It's too much. It's too much.
You're too much.
We're already running 40 minutes on this fucking thing.
Fine. Okay.
Let's.
All right. Do you want?
Let's just throw out a couple long shots for the people, and then we'll transition to NFL.
I mean, that was really about it. Like, have you seen everybody over like 120-1 in this field?
No, I mean,
I don't know. Like Jacob Bridgman. You got Highsmith.
That would be
with him. The aforementioned Grayson Sigg. Matthew Neesmith is really good here. Just horse for courses. Maybe you can go with him.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. People liked Hayden Springer a couple weeks ago.
Pearson Cootie 175.
I'll throw out another name.
Joel Damon. I don't know.
Chandler Phillips has been playing well.
Yeah, he has. What are you seeing him at?
I got him at 100.
That's a good number.
Hitting the ball good. Was not putting very well last week though. I saw a lot of complaints about his putter. So, but that's that's all right.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, we'll transition the NFL after I talk to you guys about Rhythm, SGPN's proud partner. Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, and props. You can build your own model. Copy one of the top performing ones from the leaderboard or press build a model for me, and they'll give you predictions for every game and player prop, and also get a myriad of stats, research, trend analysis, and it gives you even more betting insights. So claim your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And we're brought to you by BetUS. Bet with the best in the business. With BetUS, they've been around for more than 30 years. Easy deposit with crypto. Get lightning fast payouts. US players are always welcome. You sign up and deposit $100. You got a chance to win a 1960 Ford Mustang. Use our link to sign up and get a 125% deposit bonus on your first 2 deposits. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. Promo code SGPN so that they know we sent you. All right. NFL time.
Oh, you got very excited, by the way.
No, I'm good. We need to talk about the NFL.
Okay.
Way too long.
All right. Let's we've been doing a lot of talking. Let's throw it over to Cam. Wearing a Steelers hat. Proclaimed on the show a couple weeks ago that Justin Field is a more accurate Lamar Jackson. Looks like he's going to get benched, though. this week. Let's get your reaction. Is the benching warranted for Russell Wilson?
Now hold on. You're kind of rushing the benching. Tomlin.
That's why I said I don't think it's confirmed, right?
Yeah. So I looked it up again just to make sure, and it's one of those Tomlin things where he might be trying to throw off the scent. Like he might be just going out in the media early and saying that so that they don't know who to prepare for. Is my theory. But
chestnut checkers. That's what they used to say with Belichick. Would do some shit like that.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't know. I think he could do it, and the only reason I think that is because he never came out and said that Justin was the starter this season, and maybe like it always to everyone to every like Steelers fan, I think him doing that and them saying, "Oh, Russell is kind of hurt, but it's not that bad. He's always suited up every game. He had his helmet
with
on
eye
last
black
week."
on.
Like it might be the injury might have been worse, and since he was playing well, they're like, "We're not rushing you back. We're gonna wait till you're fully healed." And then but he might just give him his shot, like his week 1 shot, but he's gonna be on a short leash if he does.
I don't think Mike Tomlin is that stupid. And here's what I mean by that. So one, from everything, at least from the outside, right? You read more Pittsburgh and listen to more Pittsburgh shit than I do. But from the outside, it looks like team rallies around him. Team really likes Justin Fields. He hasn't done anything to lose his job. And Russell Wilson has ruined every single fucking locker room he has ever been in. Mike Tomlin listen, he's not an X's and O's guy. He's one of these leader of men type coaches. He's got to know if he puts Russ in there and Russ starts to fucking shit the bed and starts being Russell and annoying everybody, he's going to lose. He'll create a locker room distraction that Tomlin doesn't need.
I mean, but also him not coming out and saying who's the starter is also
motivating Fields,
creating a locker room distraction.
Yeah, it could be motivating Fields though. Oh, like you know what I mean? Like could be maybe Fields is starting to smell his own fats, and Tomlin wants to be like, all right, kid, like you're not guaranteed this job. Don't forget Russ is still behind you.
I kind of like that. I like that take. The only bad thing is that some players have been like posting on Instagram and Twitter like some sarcastic things. I'll put it that way.
No. Like what?
What?
Like Cordell Patterson tweeted, what did he tweet? Something about him being the starting quarterback. Like,
so that's good for Fields. So they're saying, oh yeah, we don't know who the starting quarterback is when they know it's Fields, right? Like if everybody's like, I am Spartacus, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then I might be getting duped by the internet on this because I saw
probably because
the
internet.
Now that I think about it, I'm trying to find stuff and I can't find it. So.
Okay, I mean, I don't see a reason why you should go to Russell Wilson unless you are absolutely hell bent on going back to traditional Steelers football of ground and pound, conservative play. But nothing that Russell Wilson has put on tape the last 3 years should demonstrate he's actually a competent NFL quarterback anymore. Unless you own Jaylen Warren, he's going to get 15 targets a game because he just checks down every single time over and over and over. So I think it should be Fields. He's not perfect. I don't agree with the comparison to Lamar Jackson, as you had put it, but I think he's at least like top 17 quarterback in the league, and he has legs. And if you actually design good play calling for him, we've seen it work this year.
He rushed for 50 yards and over 2 tutties last week.
Exactly.
2 tutties last week and 2 tutties the week before, I think.
That's a valuable skill to have in today's NFL. So, and you're going to have Wilson, who no longer has the wheels. And like Sean Payton kept him on the shortest of leashes because he doesn't have it anymore. And you just mentioned it. No one really likes Russell Wilson. I don't understand what they're doing here. I think it should be Fields. So Cam, they are what? They're a 1.5 favorite over the Jets, I think, on Sunday night.
I think they're a dog now. I think they're a dog.
All right. Well, so you got Tomlin home dog. That's usually an automatic bet. Cam, do you agree?
Yeah. I would feel more better about this bet if the Jets had won. Does that
Why?
make,
It's the Jets.
does that make any sense?
It's the Jets. No, I mean it makes sense if you're talking about any other franchise other than the Jets. The Jets are a disaster. They always will be. They always have been. Rodgers doesn't make anything better. Like he is. I'm not talking about just this. First of all, you watched the game last night, Cam?
I watched some of it. Yeah.
I couldn't. That was legitimately the worst football game I've ever fucking seen. It was.
I mean, it was hilarious, but yeah, it was.
I was laughing by the end, like the last 5-6 minutes. I was laughing, like I was like just from the absurdity of it all.
I had
like that crew should never get an NFL game ever again, ever.
I had over my over 3.5 field goals bet, and then that pick happened at the end.
I took an alt line on the under, and I was like, "Thank you, refs, for making sure that cashed."
Oh my god,
it was great.
Terrible.
But
I've talked about it already. The product sucks. Like it's not been great this year. And then you put a game like that on primetime TV. I'm telling you, man, it's bad for the sport. That shit was fucking bad.
So wait, did I misread the line? Was the Jets always favored by 1.5, or did it swing 2 points because of Davante Adams?
It swung the other way. Yeah.
Do we know if Davante Adams is still competent, or is he just washed at this point? Like I can't believe that it swung 2 points because of that.
Look, 2 points is way too much.
Or 3 points actually.
Yeah, look, 2 points is too much for a fucking wide receiver, right? So I will say this, right? While Rodgers threw Mike Williams completely under the bus, and I'm sure it was Rodgers' fault, but he can't take responsibility for anything in his life. Just ask his family. And he makes Alan Lazard look good. So if you make Lazard look good, I mean, him and Davante got that chemistry. As long as the play caller will listen to Rodgers and tell him what routes they want to run, like it should work. But the problem is that defense is still going to fuck up. It's a very undisciplined team. The O-line isn't great. It's the Jets, man. Like once that flipped, you know me, I never bet Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home with the Jets feeling good about themselves, like something good's about to happen. It never works out for the Jets ever.
All right, I got a prop for you guys for that game. If I might be galaxy braining myself here, but now that Davante Adams is on the Jets, that means that Joey Porter Jr. is going to be covering him most likely instead of Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is going to have Dante Jackson on him. And guys, I watched that game against the Cowboys when Dante Jackson got burned multiple times, like badly. And the only reason he had like one pick, and it was that pick in the corner that Dak misread or had some miscommunication. But other than that, he was terrible. Like, he's not good. And it sucks that Corey Trice is on IR, and hopefully we'll get him back. But I would look at maybe Garrett Wilson props for that game.
I think logically that makes sense, but Aaron Rodgers is a psychopath.
Yeah.
He'll probably just force it to Davante.
Yeah, I mean, look how many times
Joey Porter Jr. is good.
I know he's good, but Aaron Rodgers is he goes out of control.
I mean, how many targets did Lazard have? I was up like 33 points in one fantasy league last night. The fact that I even had to sweat that out made me sick.
Oh, I forgot about Lazard.
All right, we did it. That's enough Steelers talk. Let's move on to Boston Capper. You finally got Drake May making his grand debut. Can you talk positively about Drake May at all, or are you just still?
No, I can talk positively about Drake May. You texted me after he threw a pick.
I apologize.
And my response was correct.
I was just sitting down after my kid went for a nap. I didn't know he threw a pick. I apologize.
Oh, you didn't know he threw a pick?
I didn't know. I was just turning on Sunday Ticket at that point.
Okay, fair. Okay, I was like, you literally texted me within 10 seconds of that pick. You're like, how you like the Drake May dynasty? I was
no idea. That was a genuine question.
So he settled down, right? So I mean, look, he's the first competent quarterback I've seen in a very long time. So I expected him to make rookie mistakes. He did. He sailed a couple balls because he's all juiced up, made a couple wrong reads, ran what he probably shouldn't have. I mean, look, bottom line is this. Jacoby Brissett wasn't the biggest fucking problem on the Patriots. I mean, it was on the offense, right? Like, we moved the ball, and it looks good now that we can throw the ball. He threw 3 touchdowns, but he also got strip sacked and threw 2 picks. You know what I mean? So we still lost by 20. so wasn't a great game. Our defense still blows. Our offensive line is still terrible. We still don't have good wide receivers. I don't know if Ramondre is playing this week. We're flying to London to catch the Jags after they've been sitting there all week. Yeah, I mean, look, I guess I'm optimistic. I guess this season we're still not winning a bunch of games, but it would be nice to see the kid develop and maybe one of these fucking receivers, Booty, Pop Douglas, Polk, somebody step up and give me like a slot guy that I can count on fucking moving forward in the future. But yeah, overall, like a B+ for Drake May's first stat. B+.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if I can lay 5.5 with this quitting Jacksonville team.
No shot. I'm taking. You got to take the Pats. You have to.
But what about over 42.5?
That's the bet. That's the bet. Over 42. That is the 100% bet.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots defense is awful. Jacksonville's defense looks like it's about to quit too.
It's terrible. They quit on, dude. If you watch that game, if you watch, they quit in the second half. They absolutely quit in the second half.
Yeah.
They hate Doug Peterson.
Yeah, they really do. So, and there's only one way
to Lawrence blows.
Yeah, there's only one way to leave him in London, is that's by losing this game.
That's it.
They might leave him in London anyways, though.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think he makes it past this week. But yeah, you got to. I love the total, but yeah, I would bet the total rather than side because he still is a rookie. Alex Van Pelt still is our offensive coordinator. If we get Ramondre back this week, it could be more of the same shit, right? Fucking run, third and long, run, third and long. So we'll see.
Okay, all right. It's my turn to scream about Daniel Jones again for the 90th consecutive week. I'm not going to do it. There's no point. Every podcast, every talking head has already said how bad Daniel Jones is. There's nothing left to say. I'm just glad he was on national TV for anybody who was trying to say, oh, well, Daniel Jones is coming back around and maybe he's a franchise guy. He was still doing the same bullshit check down stuff against Seattle. They just run 2 high safeties. That's why that was working. Then Cincinnati comes in and says, okay, we're going to take that away from you. We're playing everything within the 10 yards. Oh, hey, we can't complete a pass. Great. This is what the last 6 years of the Daniel Jones experience says, but I'm going to try and be positive.
Okay.
At this point, our defense is awesome. It's really good. Even without Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns was a great acquisition, totally worth the second round pick, whatever bust we were probably going to get with that. He's been great.
Yeah.
Azeez Ojulari actually playing for his job. He's been injured a lot. He played great. Dexter Lawrence is awesome. Bobby Okereke, great leader in the linebacker crew. And actually the secondary, I think, is really getting helped by that front seven. They nailed it with Tyler Nubin, our safety. The secondary is playing really good. And that's a really good Bengals offense. And other than the broken Joe Burrow play, which is nuts, they shut him down. I'll forgive the Chase Brown touchdown at the end. They were selling out trying to stop it. It feels really good to watch a great elite defense, knowing that we can carry that into the future. And like, that's finally set. Like finally we have talent over there.
Yeah. And you only got one more year left of Jones?
We'll get to, I don't want to talk about him. We're trying to stay positive. Okay?
Well, no, I'm saying that's positive. If this is his last year, is what I'm saying. So you get a good defense. Let
me not raise my blood pressure. Okay. Let's talk about the offensive line. Did not have a great night against Cincinnati. Probably their worst performance of the year. But honestly, the fact that it was not a complete shit show like it was last year, where the offense just was not functional. We actually have a starting 5 that is pretty good. So we finally have a reasonable offensive line. I like our receiver crew. When Neighbors gets in, he's elite. Wanda Robinson's a really good slot guy. Darius Slayton gets a lot of shit from Giants fans. He's a pretty good third wide receiver, though. So we might have found money with Tyrone Tracy as a 5th-round pick. You know, I mean, if he can just do like a Rashad White impression, that's fine with me. So I sit here happy with the roster. This is actually a good time to get a new quarterback in the offseason because we finally had pieces around him. Like, you know, in prior years, we'd have to trade away a bunch of assets to put a quarterback on a shit roster. As far as this Eagles game go, listen, the Eagles are a disaster. They barely beat the Browns. I was texting my uncle who was at that game. They were booing him by the second quarter. Nick Sirianni is completely off the reservation right now, worrying about what Eagles fans are saying. Let me tell you from experience, going to a lot of link games, you try and tell an Eagle fan to stop it. What do you think they're going to do? Oh, yes, sir. We're sorry for being rude to you. No, that shit's not going to work.
He was yelling at them.
What's that?
He was yelling at them.
he has completely lost his mind.
And then he used his kids as a shield at the fuck
Yes.
at the press conference. Coward. But
They
listen,
all
if coaches I stole this from somebody, I don't remember who said it, but if coaches embody the city like Dan Campbell, Detroit, Tomlin, Pittsburgh, there is no better coach for fucking Philadelphia than Nick Sirianni to embody the trash fans that go out and scream at everybody. So yeah, I think Sirianni.
That's true. They basically grabbed him at Pat's cheesesteak and said, "Hey, here's a headset. You know,
Yeah.
go down the sideline here." But so yeah, I'm not really scared of this Eagles team at all. Yes, it's the Saquon Barkley revenge game, but this defense is so good. You know, they might shut him down. The defense is not very good on Philadelphia. They don't get pass rush. You know, Jalen Hurts. I actually saw memes. They gave me like one of those like mock like congratulations like posters that you give to kids like in like fifth grade for not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
So that's great. They are 3.5-point underdogs. Now here's the concern though. Let's circle it back to Daniel Jones. Last year when Andrew Thomas was out of the lineup, this offense was completely non-functional. And even against the worst defenses with no pass rush, that he had no time. And Daniel Jones, when he gets rattled early in the game, especially at home for whatever reason, it just is a horrible, horrible game. They can't do anything. So I'll, with a lot of trepidation, take the Giants plus 3.5. I like the under a lot better at 43. I think both teams are going to struggle to score, especially the Giants without Andrew Thomas. But listen, these Giants team, Daboll's still a good coach. A lot of times with the Giants, when you think they're just completely done and cooked, they come out and play with pride and do all right. And I'm just not worried about this Eagles team at all. I think they got a lot of problems on their hands. So I'll take the Giants with the points.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to, we're almost at an hour. So let's go rapid fire. Capper, what is your lock ATS pick of the week?
Green Bay minus 2.5. I'm not impressed by that Houston team at all. Like I know what they did to my Patriots, but that's the first time they've covered a big number. I think Green Bay's the real deal, and yeah, give me them laying under 3 at home. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not impressed with Houston. I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
All right, Cam, what's your lock of the week?
I love the Bucks.
Yeah,
I love the Bucks on Monday. I am, take it with a grain of salt. I hate the Ravens, but they're going to be in Tampa. I mean, Lamar has looked great. Let's be honest. He's looked great, but the Bucks played really well yesterday or last week, besides those errors by Baker. And even after those errors, like they gave up 21 that quick, they locked out. They locked down after that. Like, and I realized it's a different offense, but I think the defense, is going to play well against this team. And I still think Baker should be in the running for MVP, even though he's made some mistakes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think definitely a live dog in that game.
I would just be wary because isn't like Lamar like 13-1 versus the NFC?
Oh shoot. That's right.
Yeah. But like, isn't that circumstantial?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. I mean,
okay. What does he put up stinkers in prime time too? Occasionally,
Lamar.
Yeah.
No, you have Daniel Jones PTSD
now. Zing, touche. All right, I'm gonna stick with Monday night too. I'm really on this Chargers team. I'm really in on Harbaugh. I think they have a good identity. I think they are ground and pound play, solid defense, and what is giving me a little pause here is that this Cardinals team, it's so hard to read. I mean, they look great against the Niners, look terrible. It's the Packers. Now they're coming back at home, but I just have a lot of faith in this Chargers team. I think they're a really solid team, good offensive line, playing great defense. And Kyler Murray, like when you get pressure on him, when you take away, it's like Marvin Harrison, I don't think he's going to play, in this game too. So you get taking away his best weapon. I just think it's going to be one of those like blah performances from Murray where I'm going to get angry text messages from Capper saying Kyler Murray stinks. He's a Smurf.
Yeah.
I'll take the Chargers minus 2.5 beating the Cardinals on Monday night.
No,
So.
I don't hate it.
Okay. All right. Moneyline dog of the week. Cam. Is it going to be the Bucks again?
No, hold your nose.
Okay.
The Cleveland Browns.
Ooh, okay.
The Cleveland Browns. I can't remember the last time I saw an AFC North game with where a team's getting 6.5 points.
Have you watched the Browns?
Yes, I've watched the Browns. That's why I said hold your nose. Hold your nose. Take the Browns 5-0 at home against the Bengals in the last 5 years.
All right.
Just hold your nose. Take them on the money line plus like
25.
50.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, the 6.5, they're going to cover that, even though they suck. It's an AFC North game, and you're getting 6.5 points. You got to take the dog. You just have to. Home dog. Oh, yeah. Smash spot.
Okay.
All right. This is a little play, but I'll take Seattle plus 140 on the road against Atlanta. I mean, coming off an extra rest, Atlanta looked great against Carolina, but everybody looks great against Carolina. Both teams' defenses are terrible. So I'll take a little bit of a shootout. Seattle wins at the end. I'm still not all that impressed with Atlanta. So I'll take it Seattle plus 140. What about you?
Okay. I'm taking another small one. I couldn't find a big one I like this week. I'm taking Miami plus 140. Everybody thinks they're dead and gone.
Yeah, that's gross.
McDaniel has a whole week to sit and prepare, figure out how to get that bum quarterback to be able to get his timing down on these routes, because that's all that offense is such timing with these motions and these routes. And I think McDaniels can probably get it home. Plus, Indy sucks, and they're going to start fucking Richardson. Richardson stinks. He is not a good quarterback at all. He stinks. And yeah, so if they're not going to start Flacco, like give me Miami, Flacco with the extra week of rest, and they're a fast team. Even though the quarterback sucks, they're going inside to the dome. Miami is much faster than Indianapolis, so give me Miami plus 140.
Dang,
yeah,
you kind of talked me into them. I bet them already. They're off my Circa card, but they're getting 75% of the tickets.
Yeah, and the books just got fucking killed this week. Underdogs are winning. Like underdogs went 1-12 last week.
Oh yeah, we're now entering the point of the season where people are kind of getting sleepy, and you just fade the public at this point in the season. I think
the books got killed last week. They don't get killed 2 weeks in a row.
No. All right. So right now I have the Titans, Browns, Packers, Bucks. I need you to help me decide Rams, Giants, or Dolphins.
I mean, honestly, I think with the Andrew Thomas news, even though my heart says I think the Giants, I think that
lay off
that's a layoff. I just remembering what they were last year when Andrew Thomas got out the lineup, and that offense was completely non-functional because the left tackle they're going to replace him is Josh Zudu. He's a turnstile, and Jones is going to get pressure immediately, and that goes very poorly for him. So that probably is a layoff game.
Yeah, and I made the case for Miami, but I had the Rams written down as well as one of them. Well, like I love. It's less than a touchdown. Same thing. Extra rest. Stafford got a little bit healthy. Cup might come back. Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
We don't know. The offensive line's getting healthier. Vegas is Aiden O'Connell. The coach is so bad. Anthony Pierce is so bad. So bad. And what do those guys think where they just traded their best player out of the locker room? Like, that's got to be deflating. Like, oh, we're giving up already this season? Awesome. Outstanding. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think it's the Rams, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I like that. Only other one. I
don't like the Titans at all. They stink as well.
Okay, yeah. I might replace them with maybe the Dolphins, but I mean, this just feels like the Bills have looked so dominant. This just feels like
this is a big ass number too. 8.5.
I'm seeing a 9.
So yeah, 8.5. That's a big number.
Yeah, I'm seeing 9. This feels like a sleepy spot that maybe the Titans get up for. So
big favorite at home the weekend after books get killed, just coming off a fucking primetime game.
Yeah. Short week.
Yeah. Titans is probably the side. I'd probably just
okay.
Yeah, it's a very low total for the Bills being 8.5-point favorites. It's only 41.5 too.
Yeah, and their defense isn't that good, right?
No, it's not.
No, they've lost
Yeah.
a lot of pieces. Like
Yeah.
pop, they can definitely run on the Bills.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Well, good luck in the circuit. I know you went 4-1 last week, so hopefully 5-0 this
Yeah, yeah. 3 weeks in a row, winning weeks after a slow start. And
Good,
3-2, 3-2, 4-1 last week.
Trending right.
Trending in the right direction. I think it's the start of the new quarter last week too. So 4-1, good start.
There you
to
go.
the new quarter, right?
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is week 6. Or
Yeah,
no,
correct.
Week 7.
this is week 7.
Yeah. So week
Okay,
6.
so the week before might have been the first week, but I don't know. Whatever.
It don't matter. All right. So we will be back next Tuesday. No Sunday night show. But yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday doing our same show on the same Bat channel, talking about bad golf fall tournaments that we can still win a bunch of money on. And
Oh no,
yeah.
next week it's a tournament near and dear to our heart.
what?
It's a Zozo.
Oh, all right. I'm all right with that one.
It's actually good. It's good. It's a good field. So
Yeah, okay.
It's good.
All
Yeah,
right.
it'll be
All
good.
right. That makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
So all right. So next week we got the Zozo and maybe the Patriots winning overseas, Danny Jones getting hurt, and
No, we don't want that. That his salary is fully guaranteed next
oh
year.
yeah, okay. So we don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
And for Justin Fields to stay the starting fucking quarterback in Pittsburgh. See y'all next week.